Hey guys, this is Sundown Rider, and this is going to be my review to Nanatsu no Taizai, or the Seven Deadly Sins, chapter 190, Demon Feast. So we start off with a cover page, and it's of the Ten Commandments eating what looks like a dragon, and Garen's holding its eye. He's got it in his hand. He's obviously yanked it out, and they're drinking, and Mons Piet's they're eating souls and everything. So yeah, they're just munching on a dragon as you do. So yeah, we go into the chapter then, and we see the first thing we see is the explosion that takes out Mons Piet and Derriere, and it's absolutely huge. It's obviously Mons Piet's full, like his most powerful attack, full counted, so it's come back like multiplied many times. So Fraudrin, we then focus on Fraudrin, who feels Mons Piet and Derriere's energies disappear after he first felt Mons Piet dispelling a huge amount of energy. Well, not dispelling, just using a huge amount of energy, almost as if they were hit by a full counter. So he says that it felt like they were hit by a full counter. But then he's like, oh, but that can't be right, because he's been dead a while, talking about Meliodas, and we know, having read last chapter, that he is back. So I can't wait to see the faces of the Ten Commandments when they see that Meliodas is back, because it looks, and we knew last chapter as well, none of them thought that he would be coming back. They don't know about his reincarnation cycle, or if he does just come back some other way. So excuse me. So yeah, the Pleiades of the azure sky heckle Fraudrin. They're kind of like, well, we want revenge for Denzel. And Denzel's the guy that got chopped in half after letting that goddess possess him. So Fraudrin, he's just laughing at them, saying that none of them can stand toe to toe with him, and that basically they just waste their lives. But then Hendrickson appears, and Dreyfus, whenever Fraudrin in Dreyfus's body sees Hendrickson, he's kind of hesitant, and he doesn't seem to want to kill him. Whether it's still Dreyfus's soul lingering in his body, I'm not too sure, but it looks like he doesn't seem to want to kill Hendrickson, because they did work together as well, him and Fraudrin. So maybe there's a connection there. But Hendrickson says he wants to take Dreyfus's body back. Fraudrin calls him a fool, and Dogged, when he sees Hendrickson, he calls him scum, and he doesn't want to work with him. But then he's told to stand down because they're all waste. None of the Azure Sky are going to do anything, and Hendrickson's the most powerful out of the lot there, seeing as he used to be one of the top knights. So Gil Thunder then tells Hauser and Slater, because of the presence of Hendrickson, that they need to evacuate the king and his attendants, all his maids, all his servants, all that type of thing. So Gila then turns to Veronica and tells her not to leave her side, stay with her side, and that she'll protect her. And Veronica then tells Gila that she must live for Zeal's sake, for her little brother's sake. So while she's saying that, Veronica looks up and sees that behind Fraudrin there are these weird bubbles with like black vines attached to them, and within one of them is Zeal, which is Gila's little brother. So yeah, these bubbles were really weird looking, and Fraudrin's just stood there kind of posing. And Greyroad then appears and says he has completed the capture of every person in the castle, including Jericho and Zeal, which we see in those bubbles. And we see some maids as well. We see some old dude. Actually, I think it was an old chick. Sorry, but yeah. So Fraudrin says they are about to witness one of the world's greatest mysteries, the Greyroad show. So if it's one of the greatest mysteries, that means the demons don't actually know too much about it as well. So Greyroad, so far, when I explain his powers, is still she. I think she's been given a gender. I think she's a she. But yeah, Greyroad, so far, she's been given this air of mystery, and even the demons don't truly seem to know her power, or how her power works. So the Greyroad show seems to entail, firstly, that Greyroad has these children, these demon children, her progeny, and they're in these eggs, which are what the bubbles were. They're actually eggs, and we're given the information that Greyroad's children or progeny have no gender. So these lesser demons don't seem to have no gender. They don't seem to have any gender. But she herself was born from a lesser demon. But she's high class, so she's a rarity there. She's a high class demon born from lesser demons, and she's given, because of her exceedingly powerful power, whatever it is, she is given the title of the queen form of these demons. So Fraudrin then says that she is a creature without any magic, and this is where I started getting confused, because we saw Greyroad apply that chain to Meliodas that stopped him from escaping, and that does class as magic. So unless it wasn't Greyroad, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Greyroad who kept Meliodas in that wasteland where he was finally killed by Estarossa, and that must have been magic. I mean, what else could it have been? So, but she's a creature without any magic. Whether that means she can't use magic, or whether that means she was born without magic, I don't know. But only capable of laying eggs who will protect their queen. So that's the function of her eggs. They're kind of like, she's the queen ant and they all protect her, kind of thing. So it's these eggs are the same principle as Hendrickson's experiments, where he was giving demon blood to humans. And but this time it's different, because there are no failures. The demons won't die from from rejection issues or anything like that. The demons born will be pure demons. They won't have any humanity left within them, which is a very, very cool power. She could practically make an army of demons for them. So yeah, one of the Pleiades of the Azure Sky shoots down 2 eggs, which they fall on the ground, and once they are exposed to the air, Fraudrin kind of narrates over it. Once they're exposed over the air, and when they reach a threshold temperature, they mature very quickly. So that was a bad move to make. So they mature into 2 demons, one grey demon, one red demon, and they kind of look, they were just born, so they've got all this liquid, and they're kind of disfigured and warped. One arm's longer than the other, but the demons are kind of always, the lesser demons do seem to be more disfigured and warped than the humanoid type ones. So Ban tries to fox hunt the demons. You know, when we first met the demons back in Lioness, was it? And he pulled those like squid looking things off of them. They're called bulbs, and that stopped them from demonification almost. He tries to do that again, but these demons don't have bulbs because they were egg spawned. They're actually true demons. They're not fake demons. They're pure demons. So Dogged then is forced to attack with his boost hammer, and he kills the newly born demons. So they obviously, seeing as they're newly born, they're not very strong at all, especially if Dogged killed them. So we then see Dogged aging rapidly. Like he becomes an old man very, very quickly. His teeth fall out, his skin wrinkles, and he collapses, and I assume he dies. And then we get an explanation that this is because of Greyroad's commandment, thou shalt not kill. So I'm not sure if this is the first time we're given Greyroad's commandment. I think it might be, but this is another commandment that we finally now know. It's finally been revealed. And so the whole point of the whole power behind thou shalt not kill is, if anybody is killed in the presence of Greyroad, then all that person's time, in essence their life, will be taken from them, will be stolen from them, and then I assume they die. But this is also another weird thing, because Greyroad was present when Meliodas died, so why did his commandment not work when Meliodas was killed, or when Ban killed the, what was her name, Maricilla, yeah. So why did it not work there? Was Greyroad not present? When Estarossa then killed Meliodas, Greyroad was present, so I'm not sure why it didn't work there. Maybe there's some nuances that need to be explained, but that's her commandment, thou shalt not kill. So Fraudrin gives everyone a choice, kill or be killed. Either way they're screwed, because if they kill the demons born from the eggs, they lose their lives, and if the demons kill them, they lose their lives. But then I assume the demons will have lost their lives as well, because they've killed in the presence of Greyroad. So Gil then says if Mel was alive, Fraudrin would get wrecked. Fraudrin laughs. He doesn't really seem to care, because Meliodas is dead. He can say what he wants about Meliodas, but we know different. So Margaret and Gil kind of make their peace. They kind of look at each other, almost accepting that they're gonna die. Gilfrost then walks up to Gil and says he won't let him die. And I thought, it's about time. Gilfrost looked pretty cool. I always thought he was Gil Thunder's brother or something like that, separated at birth or something like that. But Gilfrost walks up to Gil, puts a hand on his shoulder, says he won't let him die. And in a puff of smoke, Gilfrost becomes Vivian, Merlin's old apprentice. I was like, what? So then, Merlin's apprentice Vivian touches Gil, teleports herself and Gil away. So Fraudrin laughs and says it was a wise decision, but now our main characters are screwed because their attack power is cut again. So Fraudrin releases more eggs. He's just kind of letting them fly now. And Gustav, which is Jericho's brother, freezes them over and faints. So the ice then expands in an extremely rapid and jagged formation, almost hitting Fraudrin, and he jumps back and he's there like, what the hell? So he says, what is this imposing magical power? So first, if a 10 commandment saying whose magical power whose magical power is this that's so imposing, it's going to be someone with beast magical powers. It's either going to be it's either going to be Escanor, Meliodas, or some other commandment of some sort. It's a commandment that they didn't recognize, maybe, but they should know each other. They should know their own magical powers bit by bit. So we then see Merlin, and I didn't anticipate this at all. I didn't think Merlin would be there for a while because she doesn't have her own body. But we see Merlin in the air saying, "Oh, don't flatter me. It's just the run of the mill ice magic, but only I can dispel it. So only she can dispel it. Otherwise, it's there forever." So the temperature of the whole room has dropped as well. This is a good point to make. They're all breathing and like it's all steaming and condensing in front of them. Well, not condensing, it's all just steaming in front of them. So Fraudrin's shocked. He's like, "What the hell? Your body should have been turned to stone by Garen's commandment." But she says she worked a few experiments and she's achieved some rather satisfying results. So she then challenges the 10 commandments. The end note says she will vie for title of the strongest. So what do you guys think? Will she actually be as strong as she's been, as we've kind of all been told she is? She is the strongest mage in the whole of the Lioness kingdom. I mean, Meliodas confirmed that her magical power, and actually it was Hawk that confirmed it. I think her magical power, just in terms of pure magic, is higher than like Meliodas and Escanor, sorry. So yeah, I'm psyched to see her. I'm hoping she absolutely blows Fraudrin and Greyroad out of the water, but she can't kill them, seeing as Greyroad is there. But that's good. That's another good point to raise actually, because we know that Merlin isn't the type that's gonna kill Fraudrin and Greyroad. She's gonna incapacitate them, and then experiment on them, and then work her stuff. Kind of work her way into the commandments. She's an evil little lady, and yeah, I think she's gonna absolutely kick ass. Can't wait for this. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.